àwòkọ àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni. àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni. àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn tó bá fojú kan Dr. Olúṣọlá á kú pátápátá. àdìsá bíà o tó ráwọn ní terminate tó máa ń terminate gbogbo terminator tó lè bàgbọ́ ara jẹ́. tó bá láìsàn ilé ó ṣekú pani ó lè gbẹ̀mí ẹni tó bá fojú kan Dr. Olúṣọlá tó ń jẹ́ Sayemi á kú pátápátá. àdìsá bíà o dókítà tí wọ́n ń sọ ìyẹn ní gbòòrò ìyẹn ní sẹ́yìn ó wá ìdí o. àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni. àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni. àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni. ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni.
This person was bringing out blood every now and then. Blood. So she looked frail. When you have to be taking 3-4 pints of blood every 2 weeks, even if you have the money, the psychological effect is enough to weigh you down. You know what I'm saying now? The psychological effect is enough to weigh you down. So, what am I saying? The thing was removed. The lump was removed. The bleeding stopped. The bleeding was coming from that place stopped. And the lump was removed by the grace of God. No surgery. We don't do surgery here. The video is there on my YouTube channel. Go and watch it. You see how nature, the power in nature, how nature has the power to cure as many diseases as possible. You don't need to be cut off like as if you are an animal. In nature, we don't do that. And each and every of these treatments is available this month at 12.5% discount for anybody that cares. 12.5% discount. So you are having this benefits if you come to any of Dr. Sayemi's clinic. And if you consult me online, afar, you can get your list shipped to you, and you still get the same discount. That's it. Now, do you think that it is true that cancer has no cure? No, it is not true. Even in the orthodox parlance, do you think it is true that they cannot find solution? No, it's not true. The solutions are there and they know it. But if the solutions are released, it will affect some people, because it is the means of making money. Now, this one may not be palatable to some people, but let me tell you, when you are talking of the treatment of cancer, the market value as at last year is over 282 billion US dollar. That's the money people made in the treatment of cancer. So those who are making that, you know what it means? North America had a dominant share of the global market with a market share of 42.54% this year, 2025. I've told you, from 282.28 billion in this year, 2025, there's a projection that it will reach 643.5 billion US dollar by 2034. So, you know what that means? I'm talking of dollar, I'm not talking of naira. So when you see things like that, those who are making that money, they don't want any other person to come their way, and they will use everything at their disposal to prove to the world that yes, what you are doing is not right, because it is contrary to their own. But when science is pushing something that is financially beneficial to them, they don't. What happened during COVID? How many years should a vaccine take? But they brought out a vaccine and they released it within how many months? Now let me tell you, the worst species on earth today, the most vulnerable species on earth today, they are the blacks. When they said there was COVID, where was the evidence of COVID here? COVID cannot survive in a sub-Saharan environment. All the COVID issue you see them announcing here was a farce. Mark my word. How can COVID catch husband no catch the wife? Which kind of COVID is that? Is it the same COVID that enter a place in China and wipe off places, that was wiping them out all over the place? That was what they wanted here, but it was not possible because God was on our side. And it's just like you want to export mosquito from here to Europe or to America or to Canada. It can't possible. Mosquito don't bite people around that place because the weather, the environment, the climate is not for such a thing. Are you getting me now? Now, COVID was not here. It was now when they brought the medication, they wrote it there clearly that it is only meant for Africa. And you see our scientists, professors and everybody hooking line and sinker this thing, nobody really. They God help us. Only one country in Africa today have sat up. They even said they are no longer part of WHO. Angola. May God help us. Now, the issue of cancer, I was talking to you about the market value. I've said it's $282.28 billion this year 2025, and projection is $643.5 billion by 2034. That is at CAGR of 9.63% annually. That's the rate it will be growing. And let me tell you, it will grow. Why? As of today, Nigeria is rated highest in the as the country with the highest incidence of cancer. Not only with adults now, even with children. You go to teaching hospitals, 8 years old, 10. I was talking to you about a 12, 13 years old boy last year. They asked them to go home from the teaching hospital. The boy was vibrating and was in pain. Cancer of the blood. Where did he get it from? From the food that we are eating. What you eat will determine what you will become. What you eat will determine what you will become. I want to take you through what some of the food that can be of help to you. These are the food that you see on daily basis. But because we have learned to become acculturated instead of being incarcerated, and that is why we are having a lot of challenges today. When people come to my clinic, when I admit them, the food we are going to eat all through, the water, everything is medicinal, so that we can have a sound holistic result. I want to talk to you about two different types of food you find every day, but you don't know the value. Number one is tomato. When I'm talking about tomato, I'm not talking about your canned tomato, what you call tin tomato. Tin tomato is not tomato, it is factory made. It's combination of chemicals with what? with tomato flavor, and the only purpose is for commercial benefits. Commercial benefits. Now they will say that the tomato we buy outside there, the soup is not thick, then you go and buy tin tomato. I wonder how people think. Now you are buying a tomato of that size in a tin for how much? Far cheaper than the raw one, and you are saying you are buying something good. Now let me tell you something about the food you eat today. There are some characteristics about food. Any food that is cheap will not be of benefit to your health. Any food that is cheap. Let me explain. Today, if you want to cook your soup, you can go outside there and buy cube. How much do they sell cube? And you drop it in your soup. Hey, it's tasteful. Even the advert in the television, when you are watching it, the aroma is coming out of the television screen. But do you know that if you want to buy your dawa, you want to buy iru, or you want to buy ogiri, you can't get them. If you are buying your cube for 100 naira to cook, you will buy nothing less than, you spend nothing less than 200 naira on iru or whatever to cook the same pot of soup. So your cube is cheaper than natural food. Are you getting me now? Now, any food that is easy to get is also a problem for you. If you walk out now, you see people around the street that sell your cube. You can easily buy from them. You don't have to go far, but you will go far before you buy natural spices. If you are not living close to market, you might not be able to get them to buy. They are not easy to come by because good things have to be sought for. They don't just pick them by the roadside. If it is cheap, if it is common, it's of no consequence to your health. Then number 3, if it can stay long, more than necessary, you buy your cube, you can keep it for 1, 2, 3 years, and you think it still has life. No. You are wasting your time. You can't keep any of the natural spices for that long. They will go bad. So if by the time you know these 3 secrets, then you'll be able to know what we are talking about. If you have question, please be preparing your question. I will answer them. And don't forget, the number is +234 7065 314088. It's both WhatsApp, line. You can send WhatsApp message, and you can send you can make a call. We will pick it. Now, your best form of tomato is what? Is organic tomato. I'm not talking of fresh tomato now. I'm talking of organic. Which one is organic? It's tomato that is naturally planted and harvested. Naturally planted and harvested. And these are things you and I can have at the back of our house. These are the things you and I can have at our back of our house. I'm talking about tomato for now. Tomato, please. So, and you can grow your tomato. People grow things at the back of their house now, but we are too lazy. An organic tomato is packed full with lycopene. Lycopene is an antioxidant. It fights off free radicals and reduce inflammation. That is lycopene that you get in tomato. Tomato can help contain the risk of some certain cancers. When you take them, it prevents them, and it can also help you to get out of that challenge. There has been a lot of research into tomato, And it has been established that tomato can help fight even your high blood pressure. It can improve your bone health. All of you that have weak bone all over the place, the solution is in tomato. Somebody say, they told me some times ago, I ate it once, twice, I didn't see anything. But you can be on your high blood pressure medication for the past 10 years. You have not come out of it. Who told you that you are going to eat it once and you are going to get results? You eat it as a lifestyle. That's what I'm saying. When you have a heart disease, you need tomato. If you suffer sunburn, you need tomato. Eat it in abundance. It is rich in vitamin C and potassium, and it will help boost your immune system and support overall sound health. That's tomato for you. Now, for every 100 gram of tomato that you take, let me give you the analysis of the medicinal input. Number one, for every 100 gram, you are going to get a water. The water content is 95 gram, carbohydrate is 3.9 gram, and the fiber is 1.2 gram. Protein is 0.9, fat is 0.2 gram. Are you getting me? Now there are vitamins there per 100 gram. Vitamin C is 14 milligram. Vitamin K is 7.9 microgram. And folate, that is B9, is 15 microgram per 100 gram of your tomato that you take. Tomato contains vitamins. Vitamin C, 14 milligram, like I have told you. It also contains mineral like potassium, 2.292 milligram per 100 gram, magnesium 0.1, and antioxidants lycopene that we are talking about 2.5 to 5 milligram, and beta carotene 0.4 to 1.2. You take beta carotene, but if you take beta carotene provitamin A, it's good for your sides. Are you getting me? So when you eat naturally, you are going to get multiple benefits from what you are eating. The health benefits are much. It's not only one. When you eat naturally, how do you enjoy your tomato? You take it first thing in the morning. For those who have cancer, there are other things we do. We boil it, just for it to be edible enough, with the liver of an organic goat. Which kind of goat meat am I talking about? I'm talking of WAD, W-A-D, West African dwarf, not NAG, not African giant. West African dwarf is the local goat that is reared in this southwest part of Nigeria, not the tall one that come from the northern part. No. When you take WAD and you take the liver, you boil it with the tomato, and there are some other things we add to it. If you want that thing, I will send them to you. Come adding it at home. Then the time for the cancer in your body is at hand. It will soon disappear. Are you getting me now? And you can eat it. You can just eat your tomato just raw like that. There's no big deal about it. Let your food be your medicine, so that you not eat your medicine as your food. That's the secret. Let your food be your medicine, so that you will not eat your medicine as your food. Now, I also want to talk about another thing that you can easily find, and there's a vegetable they call asparagus. Asparagus is one of the favorite vegetables that we eat in this part of the world, especially from the Yoruba speaking part of Nigeria. They call it efo tete, asparagus. It is rich in vitamin and minerals. It has antioxidants. It has antioxidant properties. It supports your digestive health. All this food that you eat and they are no. Take it and you will know what I am saying. If you eat eat and you go to toilet, wash your urine, wash your faces, then you will see the effect of what we are talking about there. Now, it helps to reduce inflammation. It supports your urinary health. Those of you who are suffering from UTI, urinary tract infection, and all the rest of that, try it and you will see what will happen to your infection. Asparagus has been studied for its cancer properties for a long time, and there are some communities in Africa where they use it in the treatment of some certain types of cancer. I've told you it contains antioxidants like flavonoids, carotenoids, and this may help protect cells from being damaged. You know what cancer does is to damage your body cells, but this is the one that will help you to prevent the damage. And what happened? You are living a good life. Some has also isolated lycopene. The same lycopene you have in tomato is present there. It's present in asparagus. Can you imagine now the power in nature? All these things are known in the medical parlance, but they will not tell you. But I'm telling you now, I'll be showing you food after food. Now, how do you cook this? Stop cooking your food with too much spices. You don't need those spices. We have our spices here before Oyibo came. All those things that you are cooking with is of no consequence to your health. They are the ones that are causing damage. Then you don't overcook your vegetable if you want it to be a medicinal food, unless you just want to use it to fill your stomach. It doesn't have to be overcooked. Use natural spices. Don't you see Chinese people? They cook with their natural spices. Stop using vegetable. Use palm oil. Palm oil has been researched into in the university in New York, and one of the properties is what? It has anti-cancer property. Palm oil. And some of you will say, no, it's just speaking through your nose instead of speaking through your mouth. Are condemning what God has provided for you and I in nature. Palm oil. Now there are refined palm oil. I'm not talking of refined one. I'm talking of the real one, the real palm oil. I have this asparagus for you as a tea. We have extracted the medicinal as properties there and present it to you as a tea. Are you getting me? And all these things I'm saying, I have an outfit called G129. What is G129? Genesis chapter 1 verse 29. Let your food be your medicine. So every food that will give you under G129, they are what? They are medicinal. All the food that you need in your kitchen, you can get them there. Each and you get them there. You can come to G129 and pick, or you can place order and it will be delivered to you. There is nowhere in the world that these things cannot get to. Are you getting it? So I have been able to tell you some. I didn't come here this evening to bore you with grammar or this, I'm trying to give to you empirical information that you can verify on your own. That's the thing I have come here to do tonight. And I will pause a little. If you have questions before I round up, you can send your question from home. And those who are in the studio with me, if they want to ask questions, they are free to ask. And God will help me to answer. I told one reporter many years ago, he said, you talk with a lot of confidence. I said, yes. I said, do you want to know if I have confidence about what I'm doing? He said, how? I said, come on, talk to me in my dream. I say, come and talk to me in my dream and see if I will not be able to answer your question. So you are free to talk to me now. You are free to ask questions now, and let's see how it goes.
Good evening, doctor.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the exposition of the word, and we really learned a lot. And we've learned that terminal disease are caused with different things can cause terminal disease anyway. My question is, how can we live a life that is free from terminal disease, especially cancer? Because we learned that a lot of things cause cancer, like our emotion, scars, what we take in, and all that, even water. So how can we be free of these terminal diseases? Thank you.
How we can be free from the diseases? Yeah, that's a good question. The number one thing is, first and foremost, prevention is far better than cure. Prevention is what? Is far better than cure. That is why you should come out now to know. Come and run tests. Do some checks on yourself. Now, you have to be conscious of the symptoms that you are having. For example, if a woman is having lump in her breast, even if it is cancerous, it will be painless. It will be painless. You do not have pain. If you are a woman and you are having pain in one of your legs, and the place is becoming darkened, and the pain is also coming through your vagina, you have to be very careful. That might be a cervical cancer. So you have to be conscious of each and every of this, and that is why this month we have a program on ground that you can come in and check yourself. People are afraid of some tests because they say if we cut your body, they will know. We don't do that. There are non-invasive tests that they just take your blood sample, and that will be it, and you don't have any problem. Are you get what I'm saying now? So you can get yourself examined. Then there are some self-examination women can do for themselves at home. When you lie on your back, put your right hand at the back of your head, and use your left hand to palpate your right breast. Then turn again, put your left hand at the back of your head, and use your right hand to palpate your left breast. If you see any lump there, you can sit up. We start from some basic tests. For example, you can go for breast USS, and that is scan. They scan it. If they see abnormal tissue and whatever, then they can now tell you what to do, and you can proceed there. Don't wait until the thing has become what do we call it, unmanageable before you take step. Number two, if you have been diagnosed of cancer, the best thing for you is to have an open mind. Somebody told me, they said if I don't do this radiotherapy, this will happen. I said, don't try it. Don't try it. When you see some women, their head, there is no single hair there. That's the effect of all the side effect of all these things that you take. You can live well if only you believe. You can live well. You can recover from your cancer. That's the point, and that's what we do at Dr.Sayemi Clinic. So you can be free, and it can be reversed. That's the point. If there's any other question from the studio, I will take it. Okay, they passed some questions to me. What are the common psychological effects? What are the common psychological effects? Okay.
Good evening, doctor.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the word of enlightenment and for today's teaching. In fact, I really enjoyed that explanation concerning cancer and every other thing. My question goes thus: what are the most common psychological effects that cancerous patients can experience, and what are the way out? Then number 2, do you mean cancer can only be cured in an orthodox way without any medical assistance? That's number 2 question. If yes, how? And if no, why? Then the third question, you made mention of foods or those things that cancerous patients can easily take, because some people will tell you they don't need sugar, they don't need oil, they don't need anything carb or protein. In your lecture today, you only made mention of vegetable. Is it only vegetable they can take? And if they will only take vegetable, how will they survive without any other food? That's question number 3. Then the last questions that I want to ask from you, sir: what are the ways that we can prevent environmental factor from affecting somebody so that that person will not contact the disease? Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Thank you very much for this extensive question. Number 1, let me start with the issue of the food. I didn't say they can only eat vegetable. I never said so. I was telling you that vegetable, I was talking about vegetable that contain medicinal property that will help a cancer patient. And let me tell you, the vegetable and the tomato I talk about, they are not for curative purpose, but it can help in the cure of cancer. Because, for example, cancer feed on glucose. We have to freeze the body of patients that come to us, and when we do that of glucose, it makes the treatment to be faster. That's the point. Now, I've just told you about asparagus, that you can be eating it at home. You can even chop it and make it like a salad and eat it at home. You can make a decoction of it. You can eat it in any form, but basically let it be organic. Secondly, it should not be overcooked. Are you get what I'm saying now? That's the thing. I have not said it is only asparagus you can eat. I see people, for example, those who have they have cancer, they have glucose. They tell them, don't eat this, don't eat that. If you don't eat carbohydrate, how will you have strength? And everyone that see you already know that you are sick. Carbohydrate is never a problem to human body. Processed carbohydrate is the one that causes problem. Processed carbohydrates. When you eat natural carbohydrate, you are good to go. Now let me tell you, if carbohydrate is a problem, then nobody from my state or from where I come from will survive. Even nobody will survive in Africa, because we live on carbohydrate. I remember we take by the morning, we sow garri in the afternoon, we take pounded yam in the night. So what is more carbohydrate than that? And what is the ratio of people who has cancer, who has diabetes in those hinterland compared to those who are living in the urban areas? What's the ratio? That's to tell you that what we are eating is a factor to our health. So you can eat food, but make sure that you are eating your food in a healthy manner. That's the point. The way we eat now was not the way our forefathers were eating, and that is why people live to good old age and they were living a sickness-free life. Somebody just spoke with me now before we started this thing. He said, I know my grandfather died at 100 and what? some years back. So I was telling my father now that he's sick, 82. He said, I said, you can't be tired though. You can't be sick at 82. You can't die at 82. Can you imagine? So people, the way we eat determine how well we live. Now you are talking about environmental factor. Yes, there are environmental factors. There are some places, things like toxins and all the rest of that, that can cause cancer. There are people who work in the, I wrote an article, job hazard, and for example, people who work in a printing industry some years back, the risk that are there and what become of them. There are some jobs that carry a lot of risk. Work in asbestos environments, work in some other thing like that. It's a lot of risk. That is why people need to be guided when they are working in such environment. And now they can manufacture all these things that we are talking about. I said it last week, how they invented cancer for Bob Marley. The CIA agent that gave him the shoe that contained cancer is the one that confessed. The information is online. Anybody can Google it. The guy said he doesn't want to die with that heavy heart. They sent him, he gave this guy shoe, and he said as soon as he wear the shoe and the thing pitched, they say ash, then he knew that the thing has clicked. And that was how Bob Marley too began to decay. And then they were asking him to come over for them to treat him, and he refused. So environmental, it can be laboratory infected. That's the one I'm talking about. The COVID just passed now. Is the truth not coming out about COVID? How did they invent HIV? All those things that are there now. The world has gone beyond the time of there's no access to information. So these things can be invented. We just take another question now so that we can round up for the day.
Good evening, sir. We really appreciate your lecture. Thank you very much, sir. Please, sir, concerning this cancer of 18, I just want to know, sir, is it every lump that is found in the breast that can develop into cancer? Thank you, sir.
It's okay. Is it every lump that can develop into cancer? And no, there are some lump that are not cancerous, they are benign. And in those ones, you have two options. There can be something that can make the breast of a woman to swell and might not be cancerous. Once you have run tests, it's not cancerous, then it's only the tumor that we are going to melt, you know. So, but when you have a lump, you have to be sure that it is non-cancerous. Not every breast lump will become cancerous, but every cancerous breast starts with a lump. That's it. If there's any other one now. If there's another question, so that just want to appreciate those who join us. It has been so a wonderful and eventful night. Antonia Folake, thank you very much. Florence Godwin, thank you very much. And all of you that were part of the program, I want to say a sincere thank you to you. And Folashade Margaret, you said we can't hear you. The audio is not coming out. Well, thank you. I don't know what's happening at your end there, but it can get better next week. Please We just want to encourage all of you to be part of us. Every Monday, Nigerian time, 8 p.m., this program comes on live. And you can send your question if there's anything you want to know. But remember, this month we are talking and dealing with cancer. And if you come to my clinic, I have said 10% discount on medical lab tests, 12.5% discount on treatment. And that's what you get. And you can consult with me online, no matter how far you are. I'm here to handle all your questions, and so that we can have a better place to live. That's it. My name is Yemi the son of Olusola, aka Dr.Sayemi. I see you next week by the grace of God. Bye.
àwòkọ́ àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni àìsàn tí ó gbóògùn tó bá fojú kan Dr. Olúṣọlá akú pátápátá àdìsá bíà o tó ráhùn ní terminate tó máa ń terminate gbogbo terminator tó lè bàgbọ́ ara jẹ́ tó bá láìsàn ilé ó ṣekú pani ó lè gbẹ̀mí ẹni tó bá fojú kan Dr. Olúṣọlá tó ń jẹ́ Sayemi akú pátápátá àdìsá bíà o dókítà tí wọ́n ń sọ ìyẹn ní gbòòrò ìyẹn ní sẹ́yìn ó wá ìdí o àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni àìsàn tí yóò gbóògùn ọlọ́run má fi ṣe ni.